This is Kung Fu on Guangzhou, Plains of the Dragon.
Yeah. Hey yo, hold on, bro. I just want to give a quick, just a quick detour here for y'all brothers here, real quick, right? So we had three different, and my bad, I apologize for interrupting you, brother. But I'm glad that you mentioned that because I want to get into this here. Between the Street Fighter 2 animated movie, which was top notch, the Street Fighter Americanized animated series, and then the anime, which was titled Street Fighter V, I believe, or was it Street Fighter 2 V? Like, because that was kind of like a retelling of everything that happened. It kind of addressed it in a different way. And the Street Fighter Alpha movie as well. Like, how did y'all feel about seeing Street Fighter in animation? Because we'll get to the movie later on. But how did y'all feel about seeing Street Fighter in animation?
Oh, you go ahead.
Street Fighter animation, I feel like the way that the Japanese did it was, I feel like they felt like they talked to they felt like they actually really talked to the people that developed. Was it was Yoshi Ono? I feel like they had a lot more. Yeah, so I believe they talked with that man to really get the understanding of the story and stuff like that, man. With that Chun Li versus Vega, I'm trying to get these damn names confused because I'm Japanese names, but it was Chun Li versus Barlog, which is what you guys call Vega. So you had that. Like, I remember that being a thing that's still carried on to video games now, you know. But what they did in America, stuff like that, I felt like, oh man, that was all over the place. But there was there was some meme factors in there, you know, because nothing made any sense.
Bro, the Street Fighter 2 cartoon on USA Network was entertaining in the way that a lot of things that came out of the 90s were entertaining. I think that Street Fighter 2, as well as the Mortal Kombat animated series, tried as well as they could to fit into that G.I. Joe template. And I think they like Street Fighter should have never tried to be X-Men. You see what I'm saying? That cartoon, like that animated series, tried way too hard to be what X-Men was on Fox Kids. It was entertaining. Like, as an adult now, I could look at clips from that cartoon and laugh my ass off just because of how fucking insane that shit was. And Guile was a complete dickhead on that show, man. Just get in the plane. You know? But the Street Fighter 2 animated movie, like, what are your memories of that? What are your memories of that movie in particular? Because that's probably the high mark in terms of, you know, everything there. I know there was a Tekken animated movie that came out before, but I think the Street Fighter movie kind of perfected what the Tekken movie like kind of set the table for. Like, what are y'all thoughts on the Street Fighter 2 animated movie?
Well, for me personally, like Orion said, that Vega versus Chun Li fight in her apartment complex is, you know, iconic for obvious reasons. You know, growing up in that time period. I will speak more on that, but if you watch the scene, you know what I'm talking about. Just the animation style, man. The animation and seeing the voice acting and hearing the voice acting and seeing the animation, seeing it kind of come more to life. I mean, Street Fighter is very colorful, it's very vibrant, and it just made sense for it to go animated like that. I'm not sure if it's the Street Fighter 2 movie or the Alpha movie where Ryu and Sagat went at it. I enjoyed both films, but Street Fighter 2 definitely was the one that hit harder, in my opinion. And this was around the time period of Toonami for me. This was around the time period of watching, you know, Gundam and Dragon Ball Z. I was exposed to the Street Fighter 2 movie, and it just hit. That shit hit home. That shit was like a home run for me. I play the game. I love the game. I watched the animated movie. I love I enjoy the animated movie. I could still, probably rewatch that and the Alpha movie to this date. And the animated series, that was a skip for me, man. Besides watching some clips on YouTube of Bison saying yes. That's it for me, bro.
Oh shit, bro. Yeah, dog. Like that's not gonna work for me, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, Street Fighter. Did you ever see Street Fighter V or Street Fighter 2 V? Did you ever catch that one? The actual anime?
The actual anime that never crossed me, man. Just the movies, and I never was able to catch the actual anime. I think, God, man, I think My Way Entertainment redubbed over it for one of their parody episodes for Street Fighter 2. That was my only exposure to that animation, and that was it.
Okay, Orion, did you ever catch that one, Street Fighter 2 V? Did you ever catch that? I'm sure you might be familiar with that, correct?
I probably have watched it, but it's probably background noise to me. Like I probably one of those things because, like, I mean, it's entertaining as the anime and the cartoons were, at that time, or and trying to look at it now, like I see what they were trying to do, man. They were trying because the video games wasn't doing it for you, so you want it, if you really wanted to know try to get to know your characters. That's the reason why they had these for, but sometimes it just didn't do great of a job, so I was just my thing was I'm all about the game, and I felt like when Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 3 happened, I felt like the Alpha series was able to bridge the gap of understanding your character a little bit better because they gave you a story, they gave you dialogue to understand your characters better.
And I'm glad that you mentioned Street Fighter 3 because that's a perfect segue. The only thing I'm gonna say, like I know, like we're all busy at this point in time. I would highly recommend either YouTubing some clips or trying to get a hold of Street Fighter 2 V because that was actually a pretty good animated series that kind of retold the story of Street Fighter 2 in a way that wasn't particularly predictable. Like Ryu in Street Fighter 2 V, for example, didn't even wear a headband. Instead of a headband, he wore like Buddha meditation beads around his wrist. Like there were some things that they did differently in that animated series that kind of washed off the way that they parodied Street Fighter in the USA animated series. So